the amount of people that were out of work in the state of Michigan when we went to Cobo Hall was unbelievable. I don't know how many, they must have had thousands of people, and we stood in line for hours.
And everybody was, people were off, my age, were already off for 2 years. 3 years, you know.
It was very hard to watch.
It's terrible. You could see the way they were dressed.
It was sad, very sad. But like I say, in our case, we have a very happy ending, you know. But not everybody's going to have that happy ending, and I feel bad for those people.
My name is Maurizio Adami. I'm 58 years old. I was born in Verona, Italy in 1952. I arrived in Michigan, or in New York, in 1955.
I'm Debbie Adami, and I'm 57 years old. Maurizio and I met when we were 14 and 15. We met in high school. I stalked Chico for 6 months. He had no idea that I even was interested. We were married at the age of 19 and 21. We've been together all those years. I work for a podiatrist, and and we have one daughter, and her name is Amy.
Got a job right after high school where I worked for 32 years, Michigan Rivet. We made fasteners for the auto companies. I became a union member right at the get-go when it was a union shop. The name of the union was the UAW, United Auto Workers, which I think it's a good thing. Unions are good in their place at their time, you know. They helped me. They got me a 401k, and they got my retirement. They got me pretty good wages. We weren't making, because we were a smaller shop, we weren't making what the big three were making, but it was good. Better than most people were making. When I was 40 years old, I went back to college, got a journeyman's toolmaker's card. Michigan River paid for that through the UAW. And then that continued till 2006, February, when the company was sold or went out of business. And I was out of work for 6 months. At the time when this was all happening, I was really having a hard time with it.
Yeah, it was very hard. But at the time, Chico's mom was living with us too. So we were making ends meet.
I think it was a hard time because I knew my age.
I don't have benefits where I work. All the benefits were through his job. So that was the main thing that we were very crushed that we had lost our insurance.
Because I had it for 30 years. And all of a sudden,
nothing.
Can't say it was a good time, but it was okay for a while. And another one of my foreman, my supervisor, was talking to a friend of ours that we both knew, and he was working at another fastener place. And my name was brought up, and got the call, and a week later I had a job. And I worked there for a year and a half. And then that's when the economy, we started losing, business started going down. They weren't running as many parts as usual. And it was a non-union shop, so I was with the last hired, first fired, you know.
When Maurizio lost his job, that was 1 week after we had gotten back and our daughter was married in Vegas. So it was very devastating. We had just, gone to a wedding for our daughter. 1 week later, he lost his job. And at that point, we thought, he was going back. But then we found out he was never going back to that job, his second job. And from that point on, that got scary because as he sent out resumes, not one person ever sent anything back, and all we could figure out was his age.
I applied for other jobs, not just the line of work I was in. Just driving a high-low.
Anything.
Working at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter. People that are working complaining that unemployed people were getting all this free money.
But they're not. I mean, it's not that.
What can you do?
He tried. I mean, I can't. People would. I can't say enough about how we tried to get a job. I mean, for him to get a job, it was just terrible. And the 17 months was long. A lot of our savings went. We had enough to keep us going. But then, 17 months is a long time. And if you're just getting unemployment, I only work part-time. That took all our savings. I said we were actually like at the brink.
When I got the job,
we had 2 weeks.
Cobra was cutting off, or when I got my insurance, a new job.
Yep.
Cobra was cutting off, and 2 days later,
our new insurance took over. So we were at.
Or we would have no insurance.
We were at the end. We were at the very end.
Yeah, everything.
Unemployment was running out.
Yep.
Cobra was running out.
Yep.
And if he hadn't gotten a job, it'd have been moving with my parents.
I got a call from one of my old bosses, and that's how I got this job here with M&L, or L&M. How stable this job is, I'm not sure. The people there, it's a new company. It's only been there 99, so it's only about 10 years. The people are great. I wish I would have had this job
40 years ago. He really does wish he'd had this job 40 years ago. They're very, very nice there. Very nice. He couldn't have asked for a better ending of the story. They're very good to the workers. Very good. I mean, just to give him an opportunity at his age, because after those 17 months of being out of work, he had sent out at least 200 resumes. And not one person ever sent anything back, ever.
Where I'm at now, the guy wants to hire old people. Not old people. Experienced people. Because you don't have to train them. You got to show them, just point them to what you want them to do, and they're in there. Where I don't know how this fear come of hiring older people. If it's, do they think they're going to get sick right away? Because they're dependable. They're very dependable. They're going to come to work every day. They're not going to take a day off because they got drunk the night before. And that's what this guy goes by. Not making the money that I was making with Michigan Rivet. But it's, I can live with it. It's very good. To start off, very good.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that always, we went to a Tiger game the other day. We get out of the car, he gives the guy $5. And I said, you're giving a guy $5 and you didn't even have a job. And he says, well, that's going to bring me luck. And it did. Got a job that way. So, it's been a long haul.
It's never going to be like it was.
No.
But
we've come to that, at least we've come to that conclusion. Maybe a lot of other people.
Yeah, everybody thinks everybody's all go to California or Florida,
But I think
what are they going to do there?
But I think that's another point that people just don't understand. If you're working and your husband's working, you don't understand what the other people are going through.
Yeah.